In early 10th edition, there was but one rule. Eldar is overpowered. Hello and welcome to the Tournament in Review. Today we're going to be taking the absolute most busted 40k army list, the Eldar, to a team tournament. I'm going to show you what it was about and why everybody in early 10th edition Warhammer 40,000 absolutely loathed this army. So of course, because of how we do it, I'm going to show you the list. We're going to show you the games, and I'm going to break down exactly what I think is so crazy about this list. And here we have the list. Very quick. It is an Aeldari list, so it's not even the most broken thing that you could have taken. It has a Wraith Knight, an Incarn, 2 units of Warp Spiders, 2 units of Scourge, 3 units of Mandrakes. If Rain, there has to be the Warlord to allow me to take a bunch of Drukhari. That's my flavor to the list. 2 Venoms, 1 unit of Kabalite Warriors for sticky objectives, a Death Jester, a Farseer on a jet bike, and a Farseer on foot. This is 2,000 points on the nose. The list itself leverages Ivrain's ability to be Aeldari to bring in a bunch of Dark Eldar, so sticky objectives. She can also give them a Feel No Pain and heal them back to life. The Venoms give me lots of little units to just do actions with. The Scourge are very good at sitting in a corner, jumping out, shooting, jumping back. The Warp Spiders move incredibly fast. The Incarn basically bounces around and is silly. And of course, with Fate Dice, this is probably the stupidest thing in the Eldar Index. But I've also complemented it with 15 Mandrakes to just jump in and out and do a whole bunch of actions. So let's go and take a look at the tournament itself, and let's see how the list does. Then we'll come back to the studio and I'll break it down.
And here we are at the game chamber. It is a team event. We're having a lot of fun. We just started our first round. 3 rounds of 40k. Let's get this done.
Round 1. I'm playing Aeldari, of course, and I'm playing against Chaos Knights on the light table, which will be really exciting. Wish me luck. Let's see how this goes. I have no idea. Of course, I've got my Necros Adeptus award with me once again. Coming to every event, I said, and that is something that I'm keeping true. Round 1, I'm playing against 14 War Dogs. This is our light table, so there's not big L's on it. And I've got my army ready to rock and roll. So let's see what happens. He's going first. In true Eldar fashion, all the Chaos Knights died, which is kind of silly. Like, I cannot believe that they didn't playtest this. Anyway, or they did. Anyway, it's just silly, is what it is. I didn't even have to try to kill 14 War Dogs. Okay, so on to round number 2. It seems like 2 of our matchups are going badly for the team. 3 mine and 2 more are going okay. So yeah, we'll go after the round. We'll see how we did. We're going to lunch. We'll repair, and that'll be it. Cool. I'm looking forward to it. Now I know this is going to change, but bear with me. It's more about trying it out, just kind of telling you from my own experience. I have decided, I've taken about 1,000 points of Dark Eldar in this list with the Scourge, the Kabalites, the Mandrakes. So I'm trying to make it as Dark Eldari as possible. And hopefully you don't hate me for it. But yeah, I came to make friends. That's right. With a Wraith Knight and the Incarn. Okay, round number 2, random pairings once again, because we just decided to random it. I got into Tau on the Ritual. I went first, and I've been just zoning out the board like crazy. Look at that. Mandrakes, guy, Mandrakes, Warp Spiders, the Incarn, this guy, Kabalites, Scourge, pushing him back. That's crazy. I feel like Eldar is just so OP, it's not even funny. Okay, end of the game. Well, I want you to take a look at this table because it's a masterclass in zoning out the board. Look at this. I think I left, 900 points of the Tau army in reserve. That's all the crisis suits, a couple of broadsides, another commander. Just note to self when, moving fast, very, very important. These things are fantastic with the 24-inch blink move. That thing's just so silly. Other than that, okay, well, with that, that's a big win for the Eldar. We did tie last round, so let's see how the rest of the team does. Round number 3. Okay, so random pairings again. I got paired into demons, that's right. So Be'lakor, Shalaxi, a couple of Lords of Change, a big Plague One guy, some horrors, some dust stuff. It's Scorched Earth, so we're gonna murder stuff. I'm not being subtle, I'm just gonna run in the middle of the board and roll a bunch of dice and see how it goes. Okay, let's Wish me luck. And the end of the game. I did end up winning that. I got really aggressive with the Wraith Knight and was able to get into Bellacor's bubble. A very aggressive play on turn 1 allowed me to teleport the Incarn up by killing some of the Khorne Warhounds or whatever, and then Bellacor basically tied up the big guys early on in the game, and it was just kind of degenerated from there. That Wraith Knight's so dumb, and the Incarn survived the entire game, and he tried to kill it so many times, and it just would not die. Other than that, I really enjoyed this list. I cannot wait to break it down. Let's go to the studio. I'll talk about it. Of course, things are probably going to change, but I really liked the Aeldari with a whole bunch. I had like 1,000 points of Dark Eldar. These Mandrakes, excellent. The Scourge, excellent. Like, it was just such a cool synergy with all the little crap, and then a couple of big things to just put pressure on the opponent. Okay, so with that, that's 3 wins for the Eldar. Good. Let's see how the team does as we go to the end of the event.
And there you have it. As you can see, the list did incredibly well. Now, why is that the case? Because it's just, I don't know, the balancing aspect, the devastating wounds, all that stuff. Now, of course, Games Workshop has already taken steps to fix all this stuff. Fantastic. Thumbs up from me, which is awesome. However, let's break it down. I'll kind of explain a little bit of why this was so silly. So the biggest thing was the Fate Dice mechanic, which Eldar have, which you get 12 dice that you get to roll, and then you can substitute rolls for those throughout the course of the game, combined with devastating wounds on the Wraith Knight's big Wraith cannons. Now, of course, Games Workshop has released a Balance Dataslate to address a whole bunch of this stuff, which is very good, thank you very much. However, this terrorized the battlefield and the tables near you for a good couple of months, or a month and a bit, 3 months, I don't know, it felt like a long time. It was an absolute nuts combination. The Incarn being able to bounce around and still charge after, being relatively cheap. -1 to be wounded, re-rolling all hit rolls. And then in my case, I just added a bunch of Dark Eldar. But normally you could do Fire Prisms or Night Spinners or a whole bunch of other stuff that was just very good. This army doesn't look very big, but it tabled pretty much every single list that I went up against. And a lot of it was just the Wraith Knight doing all of the work. And some of it was, of course, the Incarn. Well, I don't think I'm going to be doing that again. And of course, it's changed. Now, if you're wondering where I am, this is the brand new studio at the Tabletop Forge. I have a nice little room here where I get to film battle reports with all of you. So if you want to come to Barrie, Ontario, Canada and film with me, send me an email, send me a message. I'm booking into October/November right now. And we'll have guests in on Mondays. And then you can come in and film a bat rep with me, which would be really, really fun. Huge shout out to the channel Patreons, without whom none of this would be possible. If you'd like to support the channel, that is the best way. The link is in the description down below. Like or dislike this video for Eldar. Okay. Other than that, I've been Skari, your grateful host, signing off until next time. Let's go back to the Dark Kitten, shall we?